Hey guys, John Engel here, a fellow YouTuber over at East Coast Classics, hey Chris, talking to you, has asked me to do a review on my Bentley. Things I like, things I don't like, so I figured, well, I had it out today, I might as well put the GoPro up and let you guys know what I think. Let's get right into it. This is a 2004 Bentley Continental GT. It has the W12 engine producing around 550 horsepower. It weighs 5,800 pounds and has double paned windows. Why do I mention these things? Because each one of these should be told to a potential buyer. One, it has a W12 engine. It has horsepower. It gets up, it goes, and it cruises like no other car. But with the W12 engine, terrible gas mileage. So that doesn't really help you. Weighing 5,800 pounds doesn't help this girl get up and go. Now, when you reach a cruising speed, she will consistently stay at that speed at 5 miles per gallon. So keep that in mind. I also mentioned that it has double paned windows. I want you to know that because if you have 4 bars on your cell phone right now, cut that in half. You now have 2. Something that they really should have thought about while they were designing these cars. Right off the bat, you're asking yourself, well, you've said some good things, you've said some bad things, why do I want this car? Well, that's a good question. And I think that we need to start with the depreciation on these cars. This model cost around $150,000. Today, they can be had for way under $50,000. So already it's lost $100,000 in depreciation, which does make it a really good value. Now, how much more will it depreciate? I was hoping when I bought this car that I wouldn't see a lot more depreciation in it, but unfortunately we still are seeing them go down. So it's kind of up to you if you think that now's the right time to buy one. One of the things that you do need to keep in mind is no matter what the depreciation is, you will have Bentley Maintenance. Meaning if you take this to the dealership, and I just did a video on the oil change that I did myself. The reason I did it myself, Bentley wanted around $800 to do it. It cost me about, I forget, $100 to $200 in parts and time just to do it myself. So for me, I saved 600 bucks. If you're not a person that's willing to do that, taking it to Bentley is going to be costly. And even though you saved that $100,000 on depreciation, now you're going to be paying that back on maintenance costs that are coming up for it. One of the things I absolutely love about this Bentley is obviously the style. And the great thing about it is they have not updated the style drastically since the inception in 2003 or 4 when they first came out. That means that even though I'm driving a 13-year-old car, it still looks like a brand new one, and no one really knows the difference. Another great feature that this car has, it has massaging seats. And yes, right now, I just clicked them on. My lumbar has never felt so good. It's kind of like heated seats back in the day where when I hadn't had them, I was like, I don't need that. Then you get your first car that has heated seats and you're like, how did I live without it? Yeah, massaging seats, we now see why these are becoming more and more prevalent. Awkward silence. But it feels so good. Driving this car around is really fun. The best thing about it is you feel like you're in command. It's a bigger car, so it's not like I feel cramped like in a Miata or even like the Viper. So I feel very relaxed. I could take a long trip in here and it feels planted. Being 5,800 pounds, it has a presence on the road. So that definitely makes for great driving. It has power, so if I get into the gas, I don't feel like I'm having any hesitation getting out into traffic or merging onto the interstate. Now, you do have to fill up often, but that's part of the price you pay to drive a Bentley around. One of the things that I really love about this Bentley is that it's not one of those ostentatious cars that if you drive, everyone's looking at you, or it's a bright color and it's screaming, look at me. It's a car that you could literally daily drive. Unlike a Lamborghini or Ferrari, which are point A to point A cars, meaning you take it out, drive it around, drive it home. Because if you park it anywhere, you're going to come out from dinner to watching 3 people sitting on your car taking photos so they can post it to Facebook. If you haven't already, make sure you check out my video where I show you how to do an oil change on a Bentley Continental. It's kind of fun, and I show you a few things like how to put your car into jack mode, which is very important for this car. Not only for doing your oil change, but if you ever have to replace a tire or take it to get serviced somewhere other than a Bentley dealer, you need to make sure they know to do that. It does use an airbag suspension, which means if you don't correctly put it into jack mode, it has a tendency to, well, break your air suspension, which, as you've kind of figured out, is not cheap. It is a Bentley part, and you have to go back through them if you want to get that fixed. So make sure you learn that you have to put your car into jack mode. Overall, if you are in the market for a high-end luxury car that has some sportiness to it, I don't think you can go wrong with this. Yeah, you might hit a little bit more of depreciation, but what's $10,000 compared to the $100,000 that it's already lost? So just be happy you didn't buy one brand new, which also leads to don't buy one brand new. Definitely use the aftermarket and buy a used one. I think that there are many of these out there that have been pampered and cream puffed and people have taken meticulous care of. So that's the one you look for. Get a good deal on it, buy it, and then drive it. It's a car. Yes, it's going to have a little bit of higher maintenance cost than something else, but it's still a car you can just get in and drive. I mean, it has an engine, it uses oil. You saw me do an oil change. I'm no mechanic, and it's fun. People do appreciate the car, and when you have passengers, they can get their lumbar support relief massage as well, which will make them a happy camper. I hope you've liked my video. If you have, please click the like button below. If you haven't subscribed, do that now. At 100 subscribers, we will be giving away some free cool stuff. So leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and we'll catch you guys next time.